All right, guys, let's get started. This is day number 4 of the first week of our summer review, and you should be on your language arts page that says 10 or just 07 and 08. And I already started for you here. I started recording my video, but then got cut off. So I've already done the first couple for you, and it was adding ing to each word. So you're going to double that final consonant. You can go ahead and hit pause and go ahead and get caught up with this. But remember, when we want to add ing, we just make this double the letter here and then add ing to the top. So go ahead and do that, and then when you're finished, you can unpause it and you can pick right up with me again underneath here for our sentence structure down here at the bottom. It says, sentences begin with capital letters and end with punctuation. Circle the capital letters and box the punctuation. That's super simple, easy breezy. But you want to know what, like, some of us might be going, oh, this is so simple. But this is a major thing we forget to do at school. We forget to capitalize and put a period or an exclamation or a question mark at the end of our sentence. And I think it's because our brains are going and we're being creative. But when we go back to double check our work, we have to make sure that we have these things included. So while some of us might be saying, why are we doing this? This is so easy. It's because we forget it in our day-to-day writing. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this side over here. It says, read each sentence. Choose the word with the strongest meaning. Okay, so a word can mean, two words can mean the same thing, but one word might be stronger. It might have more of an impact. So we have, for example, the rainbow after the storm was beautiful or nice. Beautiful just feels a lot more detailed, right? It's a stronger meaning of what the rainbow looked like. So the baby blank when her ball rolled away. She cried or she screamed. Screamed would just be a lot more powerful, right? She might cry, but she might really throw a tantrum. And therefore, she might be screaming. I blanked chocolate sauce on my ice cream sundae. I trickled it or I put it. Trickled just seems so much more fun. It seems stronger, more detailed. Think about like trickling the chocolate sauce on the ice cream. When it was her turn in the relay race, she blanked to the finish. Did she sprint? She sprinted or she ran? She sprinted, okay? All right, let's look at the bottom over here. It says, write C-K, K-E, or K to finish each word. It's that K sound, all right? So we have to determine which K is at the end of each word to make sure it's spelled right. So the first word's gonna be click. So is it C-L-I-C-K, click. Shook. This is just gonna have one K. Shook. Cook. Check. C-H-E-C-K. Check the box. Fake. It's gonna have a K-E. Okay, it makes that long. That silent E is gonna make that A long. Brick. It's gonna have a CK. Sorry, my C looks a little funny right there. Bike. K-E. And look. K. All right. We have to make sure we're spelling our words right, even though they may have the same sounds, the sounds at the end of the word. Okay. Notice shook, cook, and look all have an O-O in them, have the O sound. That's kind of interesting, right? And bike and fake have that silent E on the end. And check, click, and brick all have a vowel right before the CK. So we're kind of playing around with words and letters here, and we'll look more deeply at some of that when we get into school. Okay, but if you start to look at the kind of the patterns that words follow, and the English language, again, is really tricky. It doesn't always follow the same kind of rules. But that is just what I've noticed off looking at those words right there. There's some kind of interesting interesting clues there to help us understand which k sound would go at the end. All right, this one says rewrite the sentence with correct capitalization and punctuation. So you and I can share the book. Capital U and capital I can share the book. We're gonna put a period at the end of this sentence. I don't think it needs to have like a exclamation point or anything, but you do need a capital I. So there's 2 capital letters here. All right, let's look at the last one over here. It says add un to each word in the box, then write each word in the correct column. It makes a word with un, does not make a word with un. Oh, so unlucky. So remember, un means not. So unlucky would be not lucky. If you're unlucky. Unpay. You can, okay, so let me check this one off. Unwrap. I've heard of that before. Unwrap. Unpack. You unpay. Going to unpay. I don't feel like that's a word. Unpay. I don't think I've ever heard of the word unpay. Untrue. It's not true. It's untrue. Unheat. I'm going to unheat it. I'm going to not heat it. I don't think that's a word either. This is my guess. I'm going to check the answer key here, but that's what I'm going with. Let me know if you think something different, okay? All right. So that was our language arts. You can go ahead and check yours with mine, and then we're going to pull in the math. Sorry. Okay, so here's our math for today. And it has this bar graph. I'm going to switch markers here because they keep kind of drying out down here in my basement. Okay, let's take a look at the first one. It's data, my favorite. You know it. It says Sophie kept track of the birds that visited her backyard. So she's got a perfect bar graph. It has a title. She's got things labeled on the sides. She could have a title over here that says number of birds. But let's go ahead and read it. It says, Sophia saw the least number of finches. We got to squeeze it in. She saw blank robins. Now they're counting by 1, so that's good to know. So here's robins, and if I go over, she saw 4 robins. She saw blank more sparrows than cardinals. So here's sparrows. So there were 6 sparrows, and there were 5 cardinals. So here's the sparrows, and here's the cardinals. So she saw 1 more sparrow, right? Because 6 and 5. Sophia saw blank birds all together. Okay, so we have to add them up. So we have 5 cardinals plus 3 finches plus 6 sparrows plus 4 robins. Okay, so here's our numbers we're working with. 6 plus 4 is 10, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Add 5 more is 15. So we added this, this, and this, 15. Now let's add 3 more. So put 15 in your head and then go 16, 17, 18. So she saw 18 birds all together. Okay, write the value of each coin. So here we go again. Now, some of the back, they've been flipped different ways, so we have to really look. Here's a dime. Dimes are worth 10 cents. This is a penny, 1 cent. Nickel, 5 cents, and quarter, 25. Guys, the only way that you are going to really learn this is if you get some money out of your parents' pocket or drawer or under the couch, get 1 of each coin and just really study the coins. Look for clues. Okay, look for clues. And sometimes the dimes will say 1 dime, but if we don't have that, look at the face of the head. Is it floating in the air, or is it resting down here on the edge of the coin. See the difference? There's two heads here, but this one's floating, so that's the dime. This is the nickel. Okay, this one also has a ponytail in the hair. You can't see it here, but it does. This one does not. So just really study and look at the coins closely. Okay, let's do some subtraction. So we have 42 minus 10. So here's 42 altogether. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, and they took the 10 away. So we have 10, 20, 30, 2. 65, and they took a group of 10 away. See on the dominoes, there's 5 plus 5 is 10. So 65 minus a group of 10, you should know this pretty quick. It's 55, but let's just double check. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55. There's a 3 plus a 2 is 5. $57 minus 10, they took the 10 away for you, so 57 minus 10 should be 47 because you're just taking away a group of 10. But let's try it out. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. Okay, let's look at the clocks. It looks to me like they're all at o'clock, so we're gonna match. So this first one, bloop, is pointing to the 8. So that's 8 o'clock. 4 o'clock. This one's pointing at the 11, so 11 o'clock. And then this one, the little hour hand's at the 1, so 1 o'clock. That's easy. How many 10s and 1s? Then write the 2-digit numbers. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, so 5 10s and 2 1s. So the answer is 52. Okay. The gifts are put equally in blank groups. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 groups. There are blank gifts in each group. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 gifts in each group. So 5 times 3 equals 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Alrighty, check your work with mine. And that is it for today for morning review. You can move on to your everyday math review and pre-teach. Good job, you guys.